Tired of losing your contacts, files, or photos every time you switch devices? From syncing your calendar and contacts to streaming your music and photos across devices, proper synchronization is a game changer. But here's the real question. Do you know how it all works? In this video, you'll master cloud sync, desktop sync, and even car sync so your data is always where you need it. Want to make sure you never lose your files again? Stick around. Your journey to mastering data synchronization starts now. One of the features, which many users wish to have, it's the ability to sync information between their desktop or laptop and their mobile device. Many applications allow you to synchronize all types of information. Synchronization methods. We're going to start this lesson by looking at 3 methods for synchronizing data. That is to say, a synchronization to the cloud, to the office, and the one towards the automobile. Sync to the cloud. Synchronizing all your devices to the cloud, i.e. in a cloud, is the most used method. You have a centralized location for all your data. The advantage of this method is that it allows you to synchronize your data with all your devices as soon as they connect to the internet. Syncing to the desktop. The other method is a direct sync between 2 devices, such as a smartphone and a desktop computer. Here, the 2 devices sync with each other as soon as they are on the same network. Synchronization with the automobile. And the other method is synchronization with cars. Today, automobiles are now equipped with computer systems that allow you to connect to the system using Bluetooth. Types of data to synchronize. We will now see the different types of data that can be synchronized. We start with contacts. At the time, we had a small notebook where we wrote down the contact details of our friends. Since the arrival of the mobile, it had become possible to save this notebook directly in the phone to avoid having to take out the notebook for each call. But the problem was that every time we changed our phone, we had to retype all these contacts by hand. Now, it has become very easy to synchronize your contacts with the push method, which means automatic and effortless. Contacts are usually synced to your email address, and any changes or additions to contacts are automatically updated without doing anything. Let's move on to the synchronization of applications. An application's data can be synchronized between a server and different mobile devices. For example, in a restaurant, the waiter can synchronize the data from his tablet, which he uses to take orders, to send them directly to the kitchen. Now, let's see how his emails are synced. When you receive a notification on your mobile telling you a new email, it means that your email application has just synchronized with the server. Photos are another element that users want to be able to view from their mobile device without having to download them to their devices. Syncing allows photos stored on the desktop to be accessible on the mobile phone. Synchronizing your own music can also be included in the synchronization process. This keeps your music library accessible across all your devices. Videos can also sync across all your devices. But be careful, because usually this type of file is quite large. This can cause high data consumption and drain your battery. That's why it's ideal to set it up so that the synchronization is only done with Wi-Fi and not with your mobile plan. Let's move on to the calendar, which is an essential tool for work or even leisure. Calendar synchronization between different devices is often taken care of automatically, especially if you use an email system, part of the Google or Apple ecosystem. If you are using a different application, then you will have to set it up so that the synchronization is done without problems. Now, let's talk about website bookmarks, which make our lives easier for sites we visit regularly. In fact, the bookmark is nothing more than a bookmark. Syncing these bookmarks allows you to find these favorites across all of these devices. Synchronizing these documents in multiple locations allows users to work from anywhere, which is a real advantage in a world where people are going digital from plus to plus. For example, you can use services such as Google Drive or OneDrive to store all this data and find it from any device. Location data. Now, let's see how its location data syncs. In some cases, users may choose to allow an app to track their location in order to tailor its own search results. The Stow Card application, which allows you to group all these loyalty cards in your device, can send you a notification in order to show you your loyalty card as soon as you arrive in your favorite store. That way, you can take it out of your pocket very quickly. Social media data. Now, let's move on to social media, which was originally reserved for entertainment. They are now used by many companies. These are applications that are constantly synchronized so as not to miss anything on the interactions of these own publications or these different participations. You can find apps allowing you to post to different accounts. This process is possible thanks to the synchronization of your data with social media applications. Many people use e-readers to read books in the form of an ebook, also called ebooks. These books can be read on different equipment. The main advantage of synchronization is that you can find your reading position, even if you change devices, and also that you can take notes that will be synchronized with your note-taking tool, for example. Passwords. And finally, the last synchronization tool that we're going to see is on passwords. Passwords can be synced across all your devices, so you don't have to re-enter them every time. You can even use a password manager, which allows you to group all of your passwords into an online vault, and to access them, you'll only need to remember one password. It is a synchronization tool, which greatly simplifies your experience on the internet. SSO can sound single sign-on. Before we finish this course, we're going to talk about SSO, which is nothing more than a single sign-on. SSO allows access to multiple services, whether websites or even applications, with a single authentication system. In an increasingly connected world, we are therefore using more and more services, website, software, and application, often used in companies. It allows employees not to need to memorize a dozen logins and passwords.